Hello, I'm Robert Knoll, and you're at Guitar Time. Well, I have a very important lesson. I hope you'll take it seriously because this is about what we call timbre, Timbre in music theory. If you look it up, timbre. So the guitar is a great instrument, one of the most wonderful instruments to do timbre. I'm talking about coloration of notes, chords, and how we use our technique, our skills. And what I'm going to demonstrate for you is how I use timbre. So timbre on the Fender Stratocaster guitar, you know, we have tone settings. I'm in my lowest, but I know if I hit this chord, E chord, and I go to the next setting, I get that kind of nasally sound. In the middle position, I got kind of a nice blend of bass and highs. Then I go to that more nasally sound, and then I'm in my more trebly for my last setting. So sometimes I roll off my tone control a little bit, you know, because for some reason my special thing is I like mellow sounds. I like that to be, I don't want to be offensive all the time. I want to be able to bring that out if I need it. But for me, having a nice, full, round sounding, deep chord and deep notes are important to me. So I prefer the bass end, and it's the way it is on most of my amplifiers. I'll have the volume up quite high usually, but my treble is usually down than most people. It's usually in that, I don't know, 5.5, 6, 7, 7.5 maybe. But my bass is always up, 7, 8, 9.5. If I have presence, that's usually kind of low end, 3, 4, 4.5. So I favor bass in my sound, but that everyone's different, okay? But timbre, okay, so I strum this chord. Well, I can strum this chord, as you see, I'm strumming over the neck. But now as I bring my hand to the back, and by the way, I'm using a heavy pick. I always like to use heavy picks because for me, they have more functionality and being able to not bend and get a clicky pick, like a light pick sound. I don't like to give. I like being able to attack when I need. Anyways, back, I'm moving this right hand, and as you can hear, and I get back to the pickup here, I'm getting a very bright sound. I can even go up to the bridge, right up to those inserts there for my tuners. Not many players play on that, but I like to do that. So for this kind of timbre, which is trebly, and I don't know how to describe it. It's just cool, you know. It's a different sound that I don't hear most electric players use. I like that, and the closer I get to right up against the inserts, the tuners there, the more of that really bright, thuddy, I don't know how to describe it. Maybe you'll describe it for me in your comments for me. But I like that sound because it's different. Because I can or and then I can go in my other picking zones, okay? So I look at it as the zones. It's kind of like a map of where do I want to pick. And I don't want to be limited to one place. So I like to have the freedom in my style of playing to be able to move around. And it's even when I'm strumming chords. If I'm taking this A minor 7 here and I'm using a slide here, Well, listen to it there. Bridge. As I get up, I get that. Nice and big because I'm down here by the neck pickup. Big and full. But more if I get in the middle here. And I get way back here. I'm changing the color. It's like a tone control. I think I'm kind of brightening it as I come back to the treble pickup back here. And I do call that the treble and the bass pickup and the middle pickup. So I'm getting a trebly, more like having that treble control when I move back here, more like I'm on my bass control when I'm down here. But then again, I can go and start moving my toggle switch around. You know, I can move it from the lower neck pickup to the middle to the back pickup and even achieve more colorations. That's a great thing about the Stratocaster guitar. And then, if that ain't enough, I want more tones, I can always roll back my bass and on either pickup and get more tones. Now I have to have my amp set right so that I can go to brassy, real bright sounds to really bassy sounds, really full sounds. But it seems to me the more treble you get, the more you lose the fullness. And I like that fullness when I play chords. But I know, as I'm playing rhythm, I can move that pick. I can move it down, strum. And then I get my... And maybe I even get way up there. Then I'm down. And I'm arpeggiating. You hear me at the bridge? So I hope you hear that change in the timbre as I move around. Like I say, I'm demonstrating for you. If I was shuffling, let's say, well, this is great. This is very uniform. I could stay like that for the whole song. But if I'm shuffling and I want to do something to kind of excite it a little more, it almost sounds a little more percussive as I get back here to the bridge. Of course, my dynamic. Now note, I'm not moving any tone controls. I don't have my feet on anything. So, my tone control, you know, I love using this when I'm playing. I just see so many players, and even professional players, that I'm going, dude, or the gal playing, why are you always here? And it's the same thing if I was finger picking. Now, maybe I'll do an acoustic timbre lesson, and I could also, on the classical guitar, show you how the timbre works. But I've got this nice... And you can hear me as I get up to the bridge. And then when you have some fingernails there, you can hit different parts of the finger, the skin, and get your tones from there too. So it's where you're going to derive different sounds from. Well, the kind of attack I'm using with my pick or my fingers. You see magic pick there? Aha. So when you're using magic timbres, you've got to call on that supernatural guitar god, maybe that's what it is. A supernatural guitar god that comes and kind of brings you into using the dynamics, but the so, you know, if I was doing you hear my timbre? I'm getting my bass note sometimes in this rhythm. E7 sharp 9 or raise 9, however you want to call it. Now listen. Bum. Bum bum. Bum bum bum. Da 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 da. Bum bum. So see, I strum everywhere. Why would I want to be just locked to one zone? Whether I'm playing acoustic guitar, a classical guitar, any style, I like to move around. Why not? There's no rules that say I have to stay here. I'm out of jail, man. I'm everywhere. You don't have to stay in one spot. And it's really fun once you've learned a song, a chord progression, or you've learned some solo, to experiment with it. You know? Getting as close to the bridge as you can. Okay, so anyways, I really love doing that kind of stuff. I love using the pick to get different sounds, and that may mean scratching. You know, I think I've gone over a mystery lesson on that. And you know, kind of raking on things, you know. I like to get that thud on a rake and mute. When I'm hacking, right? We want to hack on this. And then bring that chord out. So we use that technique, but we move around while I'm doing those techniques, while I'm raking. So I hope that gives you some ideas, and when you're practicing your scales, you want to move your pick around. Maybe sometimes get back here and pick on the bridge, and then mute sometimes, and move your timbre around. Your coloration. How are you going to color the notes and color the chords when you do arpeggios? You know? So it really matters on where you play on the string. If I take that B string and I just go, and you see where my pick is here at the end of the neck, and I work on my pick here, and I hear that tone. But as I move up, I can hear the tone changing. It's because of my pickups and where the tension is, where I'm hitting the pick on the string, causing till I get up. You know? So anyways, this is one of the lessons. I'll probably do some more on timbre and coloration of tones and how to bring in all of these skills and techniques. These are some of the ones I like to do. I wish I could see more guitarists use these skills. And I'm hoping that my students, when they watch this video, oh yeah, okay, that's how Robert's doing it. And it's really cool. The more you do it and you think about it, eventually at some time you just do it naturally. You just go, wow, it sounds better down here. I'm going to do a little bridge, and you just kind of naturally move around and change your tones, okay? All right, so remember, it's good for single notes, good for scales, good for arpeggios. It's good for rhythms. You can move your pick. You don't have to strum in one place. You can strum anywhere. It's a great thing about guitar is, like a piano or a keyboard, you're kind of stuck there. You can get a lot of sounds on synthesizers and stuff, but this is how we do it. And this is, to me, is real natural. Maybe supernatural. I don't know. I don't know if I believe in that. I really don't. You'd have to prove it to me. You'd have to have evidence that it's the supernatural doing this. Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence, and you would need to have that to prove the supernatural's doing this. But it kind of, it's so cool. It just naturally flows out of you. Soul? I don't know. You'd have to prove that to me, that there's a soul in here or something. I don't know. But I have fun with it. And I think it makes my guitar interesting and the sounds I make interesting. Try it, explore, go on adventures, discoveries, a hiatus, of tones. I don't know, maybe a safari. It's Robert Knoll at Guitar Time. See you next time.